guys, let's just jump right into it for people that are new and may not have caught this at the beginning when kind of all this went down a few months ago when I started on this. I kind of, it's almost like this really should be called episode 4 because I've filmed this park 3 separate times. I haven't really done like necessarily a lot of like time lapses really. This park was more of just a, like a fun little park that I was kind of doing on the side, and it started out as like a just like a water park experiment type park, and I was so pleased with how the main resort here came out that I just started adding different little districts, and before you know it, we had a whole Atlantis section back here. I kind of used the front of my Chiapas facade and then kind of built this Atlantean castle back here, and I've stolen some water slides of sylphs from Kawali Beach, and it's kind of, this whole little area is just kind of grown a little bit more than what I originally intended, but it's just a really cool, really fun build, and it's really kind of neat when these experiment type builds turn into something more. A lot in the beginning when I was filming this and getting some recording done. The one drawback is, and I know you if you go back and look at some of the older comments on the 3 older videos, is why are you wasting your time with this? It's an entirely useless park. No guests can use those water slides, and it's just pointless. But it's like I said before, a lot of the fun of this game is just trying new things, and just like imagine one day if we actually get like a water park DLC, or they Frontier comes out with like a standalone water park game. I would have had all this practice in and all these ideas, and I could probably really take it and just run with it. So anyways, I got to give a big shout out to Mass Bandit too for his lettering here on the front of the hotel. And I brought in the new buses and gave them kind of like a water park kind of a reskin. But yeah, this is really the first time today actually going in and using a lot of the studio's pieces and the adventure pieces, and I've even got the little, I started to actually, I used to have my little fake trams here, but now we have a real one. So I thought this is like right down here is my little model of what I envisioned the water park's trams to look like, but we have a real one now, and so I'll still leave the ones, but I just thought it was really cool to actually have that on the tram path now, and to see a real one actually moving. And so yeah, we've still got the little garage and the little Omni movers over here, but it was really cool to be able to finally bring in a little tram bus here. So that will essentially take people over to the base of the resort, just like the monorail does. So the monorail kind of, it doesn't really bring them to the base. It kind of brings them to this upper level, this mid level, I'd say, of the resort, and kind of drops them off. And there's it's like I'd like to say it's like a 2-tiered registration system. You can either, if you're brought in by the buses or the Omni movers down at the main level of the hotel, you can check in down there, or they've got the monorail section up here that you could check into. And basically the whole premise, like I said, if you weren't here from the beginning, is it's like an all-inclusive type of resort where you never have to leave. So think Volcano Bay, but you're staying actually on property. And I figured you could have, they would have extended maybe nighttime hours, night swims. And, you'd probably a lot of logistics of that you'd have to figure out as far as the safety goes, and lifeguards on duty, and the lighting. But, basically, yeah, this is my idea of a Planet Coaster water park. And it would be really cool if one day we actually could get a real water park DLC. And I was talking to a couple people, and they were saying, like, that's cool and everything, but I'd kind of like to wait until the guests can use it. And I think, that's cool too. But my whole thought on this was I kind of wanted to do it before or if a Planet Coaster water park DLC comes out. Because then, as soon as that comes out, everybody and their brother is going to be making water parks. And I thought, if I really get kicked into gear on this and maybe get this finished and get it on the workshop before, if we actually do get a water park DLC, I will be able to tell myself that, yes, I built one back in the day when we didn't even have real water parks or slides or pieces. So to me, that is a cool aspect of it. And really, probably because there's no realism to it. And, you might even say it's kind of a waste of time. You don't really see a lot of fake water park builds out there. So that's pretty cool too, that I've kind of been able to find my own little kind of niche here, and kind of, even back in the beta and the alpha days, I was kind of known for that, for the water park. I'm the water park guy. So even those little parks, that first one I started, that was kind of like a Holiday World mix where I had the roller coasters and the water park. Even when I did that, nobody else really tried it. So I thought that was a pretty cool concept to continue here. Now that we have all these, so many more pieces available to us than we did, at the beginning of these builds or my alpha and beta builds. So yes, basically, this is like the main swimming lagoon, and this is the main resort. And the resort over here actually has an aquarium attached to the resort. So I've still got to do a lot of detailing out here, like on this lagoon and the actual, at the actual aquarium, a little entrance here. But yes, so that is kind of that is kind of the sticking point of this resort, is it has its own attached aquarium. So think Ripley's aquarium, not giant, like Manta Ray Bay type aquarium, but family, to little toned down aquarium. We've got the little bar here that you can actually swim right up to. This was actually 3P Music's idea. He was the one that said, "Oh man, back on the first couple episodes, he's like, you should build a bar that the guests can swim up to and order a drink and not have to get out of the water." So yes, that is where Shark Reef Bar was born. So you can stop here and get your frozen drinks, cocktails, and I thought it was a pretty cool idea for a little swim up bar. And then you've got the little pirate ship slides. You've got the little kind of like the Swiss Family Robinson type of treehouse slide over here. And like I said, brought in Sylv's really awesome slide design from Kawali Beach. I've got kind of a quadruple rock climbing walls over here. I've got my sea duck in the water, kind of just helps with the theming over here. Extended another one of the Kawali Beach slides right here, but I still have to get it supported and all that. And then, of course, the park's newest expansion, the Atlantis expansion, still have quite a bit to do over here and finish the backside. So, I figured there could be like some show buildings and some shops in there. And obviously, you make your way up to the big plunge here. And still got to finish on the actual slide part of that. And yeah, I figure probably need to do really now what sparked my interest. Another thing that to come back into this little concept is with the studios pack now. I thought it would be kind of cool maybe to come over here and do like a large maybe pirate type stadium where I've got all the pirates now. We can do the shark attacks and all that stuff. I thought would be really cool to add to the whole water park vibe. So that's really it, guys. I think this, we'll continue with this throughout the spring. Like I said, obviously it's April now, so I kind of want to get back into this. Rolling into springtime, April, May, water parks start opening again. I think Splash Country in Dollywood, I think opens May 7th, and I've got a super pass this year, so can go back and forth as much as I want to either of the parks. So probably later in May, because if you've ever been to Splash Country right when they open, the water is freezing cold. So yeah, sometimes I have to catch myself and remember we are not in the middle of Florida, and we can still have a freeze in May here. So anyways, guys, yeah, got a lot of cool stuff planned. I guess I'll let you guys in. If you've made it this far, you will get in a little bit of this news that SP Ridley and I have got put together. We're putting together like a new kind of show. We're not putting any time constraints on ourselves, and we're thinking of calling it Planet Coaster Dreams. And it's going to be more or less like a Planet Coaster podcast, where you know, it'll be on YouTube, but what we're planning on doing is just going in, and it's gonna be like schematics, but more cynical. It's not gonna have like Adfo TV and blinding them on there, like killing and crushing all my dreams of what I want to see with Planet Coaster. I'm just kidding. Shout out to those guys. But this is going to be more, it's a speculation-driven podcast that SP Ridley and I are going to start up. Probably the first one will probably come out in May. We're thinking about start recording the first one. And it's basically going to be everything that we would love to see in Planet Coaster, no matter how wild the idea is or how wild the you know, the concept is for it. And yeah, so we will even transcend that even to if we think one day we'll get a Planet Coaster 2 or a Planet Coaster Water Park DLC, Planet Safari, you know, a Zoo Tycoon Planet Coaster. We will be discussing all of that in this longer type of podcast type of series. And like I said, we will call it Planet Coaster Dreams. So be on the lookout for that. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to his channel, and follow us on Twitter. And we will be like I said, be getting out more information about that. And your all's comments will help dictate the future episodes, as we'll be taking your comments and wants and probably, you know, touching on them as we go further in to the podcast. So, and we'll, you know, hopefully we'll be able to get some guests on, maybe get Geekism, Mass Bandit, Ruble Trillions, Commando Santa, DeLady Signer, you know, maybe get some of those guys on there, and maybe they can guest appear with us and give us some of their thoughts. Maybe we can get Sylv to jump on with us. But yeah, so we will just see. That is something we're kind of working up for spring, and kind of get that jumping off. So anyways, guys, like always, let me know what you think about the water park down in the comments section below, and leave me a big thumbs up if you end up enjoying this video. It really helps out the channel. And subscribe if you're into this Planet Coaster weirdness. We are knocking on the door to 1,800 little Planet Coaster geeks. So I appreciate you guys. And yeah, like I said, just let me know what you think down below, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. See ya.
Skeleton on my left wrist in the soul place. On my knees, thanking God that He got me through the pain. Danger, danger. I don't fit in, I'm a stranger. Believer, believer. I can take out all the evil. Empowerment to all my people.